morning, everybody. Today's video is going to deal with disease and pest issues in the garden that I have that I need to tackle. Some of the things I believe I know how to treat, so I just have to check my supplies, make sure I have enough of what I need. So I might need to restock on something. There's a few things though that I have no idea. So with those, I'm going to take a sample, put it in a sealed Ziploc bag, take it down to my local garden center, and have the experts weigh in and see what they recommend that I do. It is really important. If you ever take something, disease, pest-ridden item to your local garden center, make sure you put that in a sealed plastic bag because you do not want to infect your local garden center with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So let's get out into the garden and take a look at what I'm going to deal with today. All right, the first item that I'm going to take down to the garden center is what's happening here to this green hosta. I don't know the name of this hosta. It was here when I came and I've just been dividing it and moving it around. So to me it's just green hosta. Very unscientific. But I've never seen this happen to my hosta in the past. It's not just dried leaves like you see sometimes in the heat of the summer. It looks different. So I don't know what this is. I'm going to take a leaf off, put it in the baggie, and take it down to the garden center. So this is item number 1. All right, so this is issue number 2. In my peonies, when I cut off the bloom stems, it left the open stalk there, and it seems like something has bored inside of it. And we had a heavy rain last night, so it washed away all the little, it looked almost like white filings of, it's the inside of the stem that something is boring in there and, just boring down into the stem, and the little white pieces of look like sawdust are being spit out. But those have gotten all washed away by the rain, so I'm just going to go down to the garden center. I'll cut this off so I could show them what the stem looks like in the hole, but I have no idea what that is that's invading the peonies. So item number 3 is my echinacea, and this is happening to all of my echinacea. Kind of browns around the cone of the flower, and it looks a little bit like it's munched a little bit. So I don't know if this is just how they age out or if I should be spraying these with something. So, but they just don't look super healthy. Like, there's a nice new fresh bloom, but the rest of the plant looks like pretty sad. So I think it needs to be sprayed with something. And I'm being joined in the garden today with Avery. He's very vocal kitty. He loves to come with me. Yes, you do, Avery, don't you? Yes. So I'm sure you will see and hear him in my videos. But that's Avery. Hey, buddy. The next issue I'm dealing with is something is attacking the base of the hosta. I did some weeding yesterday, so I removed all the bottom leaves, but they basically look like they were chewed off. I think what I need to do on this is just a systemic drench, which I believe I still have some of that, so I have to just check my supplies before I leave. But that's what I'm going to be doing, and it kind of affected this whole area here because there were a bigger piece of ajuga here, but it just looks so bad I pulled it out. So I think this whole area needs to be drenched. So back here in the corner by the back garden gate, I have this lilac, and I've noticed this last year and I just forgot about it and didn't get it diagnosed or treated. But these leaves that are growing in, they're all malformed, and I mean, it does look like something's eating them. I don't know. So I'm going to take a sample of this down there and see what they have to say about this because I have no idea. Okay, so the next issue is something that's affecting all of my heuchera. They are just like getting munched. As you can see, something is dining out on all of my heuchera. So I think I need to just spray these with Captain Jack's dead bug brew. I'm going to check my supply of that, but I think that's what I'm going to do with that. Next item on the list is my Brunnera, and it just looks like something is eating on the leaves. Again, I was weeding yesterday, so I removed some of the really unsightly leaves, but this one too It's just like getting a munch. I think I'm just going to spray this with the dead bug brew as well. That should take care of it, but we shall see. And the last item, I believe I know what it is, and if you could see the holes in the flowers there, I believe that that is budworm. So I will just spray this petunia, the whole plant, with the Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. And I'm also going to treat all of my hanging baskets just as a preventive measure. And actually this pot, this does have, see it? It's getting, the flowers are getting munched, the holes in the flowers. So I do need to spray this whole pot. Hi everybody. Okay, so it's the next day. I apologize for the quick cutoff in that last clip. Something went kind of wonky with my camera and it got all blurry, so I just edited it off very abruptly at the end there, so sorry about that. But I went down to Edwards Garden Center and I took all my samples with me, and I talked to Debbie down there, and we discovered that I have actually all of the things that I need to treat for the various disease issues that I'm dealing with. And they are both bonide products. And the thing that I'm going to be treating everything with is the systemic drench. And this is a concentrate. And I'm going to be mixing this up in this sprayer. This is a 2-gallon sprayer. I'm going to be putting 4 tablespoons of this. This is, again, Bonide Rose RX Systemic Drench. Don't be put off by the fact that it says rose. It can be used for anything. And this is, Bonide is for organic gardening, so you can use this on vegetables that you're going to eat or what have you. So don't be afraid of this. It's not like, you know, a chemical product. So I feel a little bit better about using these products. So we're going to do a systemic drench to everything. I'm going to go around with the sprayer and you want to get right down like to the base of the plant, move the mulch aside, and give it a good drench down to the roots on these different plants and shrubs. And it says that you should treat every 6 weeks. So you could do like right from the spring. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing next year. I'm going to just put this on my calendar, and every 6 weeks I'm just going to go around and I'm going to do a systemic drench on all of my hosta, on the lilac, you know, anything that I have ever had any sort of an issue with. I'm just going to get on a treatment regimen with this. So I'm going to put this on my calendar for next year. So, I mean, that's gardening, right? Getting better every year. So I'm going to put it on my calendar. It's going to help me to remember, and I'm going to be more proactive. So that was the issue with, you know, pretty much everything that I was dealing with. It just needed this systemic drench. Also, this Captain Jack's, this is a Bonide product as well, this Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. It's kind of a tongue twister for me, Dead Bug Brew. And this is just a spray that, again, I'm going to go around, I'm going to spray all of my hanging baskets to treat for budworm. That's the insect that bores the little holes in the leaves of your pretty flowers in your hanging baskets. So I have 2 hanging baskets out here to treat, 2 on the front porch, the big ginormous pot on my deck, and that smaller little basket of flowers next to my rooting willow trees. So I'm going to do that as well. And then also I had ordered some plant supports from Amazon, and they came yesterday. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to stake up the false sunflower in the front that's kind of like all droopy and drapey, and also some of my echinacea. So we'll be staking those up as well. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put 2 gallons of, they say actually to put the systemic drench into your container first and then fill it with the water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and put my, my 4 tablespoons for the 2 gallons of water, and then I'll take you around the yard with me and we will treat everything. self-seeded. And we have a whole new little plant down here. That's so exciting. I'm just gonna leave it there even though it's pretty close to the sidewalk. It's just so happy. Well, I thought I'd wrap up back here with you guys. It was a good productive day treating all of those pest and disease issues. And basically, although we don't know exactly what some of the, hi Avery, we don't know exactly what some of the pests are. It's not super important in my mind to know exactly what the pests are that are eating the plants. It's enough for me just to know that I have to treat it with a systemic drench, and I go from there. I will wait for a little while. We're getting towards dusk today, and I will wait until dusk to spray the hanging baskets with the Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew because I don't want to interfere with the pollinators. So I'll wait until after dusk and I'll go around and I will spray the big pot and my hanging baskets back here, hanging baskets on the porch, and that small pot of flowers next to my willow trees. So that I'm going to do in a little while. And yeah, so that's really the only thing for sure. And also they felt that at the peonies were, that was borers in the stalks of the peonies. And also that's what they felt was bothering the lilac as well. So anyway, got those done. I had intended on using my sprayer to spray, but I had developed technical difficulties with the sprayer. So ended up switching to just doing the systemic drench in a pitcher, and for my 1 gallon pitcher it was 2 tablespoons. So and you do have to shake that a lot, you know, really well before you dispense that out into your pitcher, and then you add the water into the pitcher. So anyway, it was a good day. I'm glad I got those things treated, and I'm glad I got my fall sunflowers staked up. They look much better with those plant rings around them. And it was fun seeing that it has self-seeded, and I have another volunteer coming up there along the sidewalk. That's always fun. And when I did that, I actually noticed that the plants underneath, there was a couple plants underneath that needed to be treated as well. So I went ahead and treated those. So yeah, it was a really good, productive day. I feel good about that. So now I'm going to be much more proactive next year because it's a 6-week systemic drench. That's going to put us at the end of September, and I won't need to treat it again. But I am going to put it on my schedule for next year, so that first thing in the spring, as soon as the hostas start emerging and the heucheras start emerging, I'm going to start treating those like from the get-go. And mark it every 6 weeks, so we'll have a nice steady treatment schedule. Yes, Callie, I know. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks so much for coming along. I enjoyed having you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.